Hi everyone, Janelle here. The next technology resource that I would like to share with you all is Quizlet. I selected this resource because it has a few really cool study features that can be used in a wide variety of subjects. This website keeps students motivated and engaged to do well on the upcoming tests or quizzes. It has a flashcard study feature, a matching game, and a live competitive game that helps students study and learn vocabulary for the unit or topic that you're covering. My goal for this tutorial is to show educators and students how to use Quizlet and give them another tool for their study toolbox. My intended audience for this video would be educators and students, both. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you want to do is just go to Quizlet.com. It will bring you to this screen. And we're just going to do login because Quizlet is also linked to your Google account. So we're just going to log in with Google and choose which Google account you want to use. I'm going to use my Fort Hays Google account. Okay, so then once we're logged in, we can start creating our study sets. We can look at our classes if you already have classes set up, or you can create a class. Just click create a class. I already have my first hour made, so I'm just going to put second hour, enter a description, algebra 2. Allow other members to add sets and new members. I'm going to uncheck that because I don't want anybody adding people that aren't in my actual Algebra 2 class. This is my school. You can search for your school in your state and then create class. And once I do that, it will give me a class join link, so you can just send this or display it on your projector for your students, and they can use that link to join the class. And then when you click on members, it will list them here below the class administrator, which is yourself. Okay, then like I said, you can create your own study sets, or you can just search other ones. So let's say I'm a math teacher, so I'm going to search geometry proofs. So here's all the study sets. The one I have popped up first, but I'm looking for somebody else's. I'm going to use this one. It has 68 terms, so click on it, and it just has all of the terms and the definitions that go with it. You can add images. If you want, you can add somebody else's study set to yours, and then you can edit it. So if you would like to do that, you click this copy button. It's the first one right up here. We're going to copy it. You can change the title if you like. You can change the settings visible to everyone. If you want to keep it private, you can. So we're going to keep all these definitions, or if I want to take some of his out, I can just hit the little trash can. It will delete his term, not from his, because you copied it to your own study set. Adding your own card is kind of like creating your own whole new set. Let's say I'm going to add a card. I'm going to add vertical angles. Okay, and it's set to English. And it's telling me it's a duplicate term because it's something he already had on there. So it won't let you, or it lets you know if you've already done one. But you can auto-define, and it will give you some options for definitions that you can put down. So vertical angles are congruent. That would be one of the vertical angle theorems, just kind of describing what vertical angles are. A pair of opposite congruent angles formed by intersecting lines. That's a good definition of it. I'm going to ignore this because the other one is probably telling that they are congruent. So you can use that auto-define feature. Again, it's just this little plus sign right here, and it will give you options if it recognizes the words, or you can just easily type in your own definition of it. If you have a certain way that you always say it in class, you definitely want to use your wording there for your students. Okay, so that's how you add a new card if you want to, and then just click create, and it will save it to your study sets. I can add it to a specific class or folder that I've made, so I could add this specifically to first or second hour, so it would share it automatically with any members of my first or second hour. I can share it on Google Classroom, or I can share it through remind.com. Or I can simply copy the link, and if you email your students frequently, or if you have a website where you post things that you want to copy that link to, you have that option as well. Okay, so then once you have made your study set, then you have options on how you want to use it. So we have the flashcard feature, which basically students can use this just to start memorizing the terms. So it will give them the definition, and they have to think of what the vocabulary word is. You know, they think it in their head, they flip it over, and oh yeah, segment addition postulate, I was right, or oh, I had accidentally thought of the wrong one. So you can just click back and forth there, view next card, so it'll give you the next definition, the next term. Click through the next one, and you just keep going. And you can click back and forth. You can shuffle them so it's not always in the same order. So there are different options as far as that goes. So that's just a straight study feature for students. So you could have them study for a little while, and then you might have them play a matching game. So there's the matching game here. And it tells you that the goal is to make everything disappear. So we're going to drag corresponding items onto each other to make them disappear. We start the game, and it doesn't put up all of them. Notice I don't have a whole bunch of definitions and terms up here. It will time you if you want to, if you're trying to like see how fast you can do it. Anyway, so you just grab on to some definitions and try to get them to match up. So see, if they don't match up, they just, it'll like kick it away. Kicking it away. Definition of complementary angles, that complementary angles add up to 90 degrees, so I'm going to match those two, and it'll take it away. Okay, so that's how the matching game works, and you keep going until you make everything disappear. They have a test feature, so you can just like test your students on the vocabulary, and it will grade it for you, of course. I don't do much with spelling, but I'm sure like foreign language teachers or lower grades, you know, that are teaching spelling would use that a lot. There's a live competitive game that you can use a study set for. So it's going to use the one that I copied from another person. I'm going to create the game. We're just going to use the free version. Create game. Then the students go to www.quizlet.live and type in that code, and as soon as there are at least 4 students, then it's kind of like Kahoot, if you've played Kahoot, and the students can all compete against each other using their computer or their phone or iPad or Chromebook, whatever they have. Okay, so those are all of those features. It's pretty amazing what it can do. So I'm just going to go back. Anytime you want to go back to your home screen where you see all of your classes, you can just click on the Quizlet up here in the top left corner. And You can see all of your classes. You can go to your study sets. So these are the only 3 that I have in this account. And I just want to end with the ISTE standards that this website covers, and I think it covers the ISTE for Educators 5A 2017 that states educators design authentic learner-driven activities and environments that recognize and accommodate learner variability. Educators use technology to create, adapt, and personalize learning experiences that foster independent learning and accommodate learner differences and needs. And then it also fits in the ISTE for Students 1C that states students leverage technology to take an active role in choosing, achieving, and demonstrating competency in their learning goals informed by the learning sciences. Students use technology to seek feedback that informs and improves their practice and to demonstrate their learning in a variety of ways. So hopefully you've learned how to get Quizlet set up, and hopefully it will be a great study tool for you and your students. Thanks for watching.